Blah, 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 blah. Hello, my dear hoof hikers. So I did say to you guys that I was going to be showing you guys all of our tents, from the first one to the second to the third one. Obviously, on the last video that we did, we went for a hike. We were meant to wild camp, and we ended up not doing it. So the plan was to show you guys the tents out in the sun, out on the beach, but we ended up not doing it. So we've come to our local forest. It's a nice, cozy, hidden place, and these are our tents. So I'm really bad with memory. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all the description of all the details of every tent, every tent on the screen. And if you guys want more information about these tents, I'll also link on the description. Best places to buy them, obviously shop around, do your research, so you can find really nice deals, because all of these tents cost different prices at different websites. So find yourself the best deal. So the first tent that we had was this. It's a self-standing tent. This is the best tent we've had so far. So it stands by itself. You can move it anywhere. We haven't staked out the sides. There are good things about this tent, and there are bad things about this tent. It is meant to be a 3-season tent. We've used it winter, summer, spring, autumn. We've used it through all 4 seasons, and it has been a fantastic, fantastic tent. For us, it is a bit too small, and that's why we got another one, and that's why we got another one, and I'll explain that later. But this is the Light Trek 2, so this is the Salewa Light Trek 2. Memory serves me right, it weighs about 2.6 kilos, and that's packed with the stakes, with pretty much everything. The good thing about this tent is it is a double wall tent. So if you guys want to come closer, I'll show you guys the inside. So I'm not going to give you guys a proper review of this tent. What I'm going to do, I'm going to show you the key points and the really good things about this tent. So like I said, it's a double wall tent. If you're new to wild camping or tents in general, so that means that there is a wall here, and then there is a second wall on the outside. So in the rain, this is a really good tent to pitch, because the inside is already covered, and we've had many days in the rain. We've got soaking wet before most of our days in Wales. So this tent is absolutely amazing for us, and it is very lightweight for 2 people. 2.6 kilos is what, 1.23 kilos per person, so it's not the end of the world. If you were to get a single person lightweight tent, it would be about the same weight. And then deep inside, we've also got our vestibule, which is spacious enough for the both of us. It is very, very cozy, so you do get a bit of condensation inside. There is a vent at the very, very end. But this tent has done us very, very well. And wind, storm is meant to really take a beating. This is one of the only 3 tents that I've got here that I know that it has been graded for about 94, 92 miles an hour wind, which is, if I'm right, if not, I'll put the number on the screen. But it is an ultimate tent. It is really, really good. Cost-wise, I think I must have paid about £350, maybe a bit less. But if you do shop around, you will find a very good deal on this. So yeah, this is our Salewa. It is only one entrance, and it's got a very small vestibule here. So for us, 2 people, 2 massive backpacks, and the boots and the cooking equipment, we found that it was a bit too small for us, a bit too tight. So I did some shopping around, just like the Salewa, that I wanted to get a tent that it's a very good brand, but it's not really well known. I didn't want to go for the regular, everyone has one kind of tent. So after shopping around, I found this amazing Again, self-standing tent made by a company called Samaya. So this is the Samaya Inspire 2. The differences are that we've got very large vestibules on both sides, and it is a single wall tent. So if we open this up, you've got the same on both sides. You've got a big net area here to help with the condensation, which it has been really good on hot climates or hot weathers that we've done. So that has been really helpful. And the vestibules, we can't beat that. They're absolutely amazing. It is a single wall tent and it is very light. This is our lightest tent. I think this is 1.6 kilos packed weight. It is a bit expensive, but if you do shop around, you can find a good deal. So this on Samaya's website is about £850. But I found a website and I managed to get a deal for about 600 or 550. I'll try to get the numbers on the screen. It is a very good tent. Once it's been staked out, it does create a very large vestibule. The only things we didn't like about this tent is once it's really staked out nice and tight, the gap between the vestibules and the ground are quite big for windy weather conditions and rainy conditions as well. What happens is we get a lot of the wind coming through inside the tent from this side here, and we couldn't find a way to bring this any closer to the ground. So for a single wall tent, for the summer, autumn, spring, it is a really good tent. It will keep you cool inside. It will keep the condensation down to a minimum. And weight-wise, 1.6. I mean, that's 3 bags of sugar, or a bottle of Coca-Cola and a little bit more. So it is a really good tent. Wind-wise, it held up really well against strong winds in Wales. So I am quite happy. I'm quite proud of this tent, and it packs extremely small. So very good tent. Obviously, when we used that tent, the weather conditions that we had were really rainy, windy, cold. So I was worried that if we got worse conditions, we weren't going to be able to really enjoy our night. So from this one to the Samaya, I ended up getting this. This is I think it's called Kui or Kuyo Storm Star. Very cool name for a tent, Storm Star. Very cool. Very similar to the Samaya. The main differences are that it is a double wall tent, and the gaps between the vestibules and the ground are minimum, and this is a 4-season tent, so it is classed as a 4-season tent, which is what we're expecting to use during the winter. It weighs more than that and more than that. I think this is about 2.7 kilos. It is a very good tent. We haven't used it yet. So just like the Samaya tent, you've got double zip here. Roll it all the way up. And roll this. You have a look inside. Got a very large sleeping area. And this is exactly what I wanted to get sort of for winter, is a tent that was big enough for the both of us. Obviously, this will fit both of us, all of our kit. The vestibules on both sides will keep all of our rucksacks, all of our bags. On the inside as well, you've got, aside from these nets here, you've got another one that comes through that sort of prevents any wind from coming through. So for winter nights, it's going to be really nice and cozy. Don't know much about the condensation just yet, but this is why I've got this. This tent, believe it or not, I did get it on eBay. It is new, and I think I must have paid, again, £500-600. So for the weight and for the price and for what it does, is actually perfect. So these are our 3 tents. We don't plan to get rid of any of them. We should, but we don't. Want to keep that one for hot weather, calm weather. Well, not calm weather, but just hot weather really. The single wall tent. We're worried about the winter, so we really don't want to use that. And that's going to be the beast for the winter period, and perhaps for most of the year. It does weigh a little bit more than the other ones, but we got to give it a shot and then see what happens. So these are beautiful 3 tents. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want to see an in-depth explanation and features about each of these tents, give us a shout. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. This is the very first time that we're actually doing anything like this. Most of our hikes, well, this channel, most of this channel started with, just music, just scenery. We've gone from that to, talking during the hikes and giving you guys our experiences, to now displaying to you guys our gear and take it from us. Obviously, we are amateurs. We're not professionals. None of this is sponsored. All of this stuff we've paid with our own money. We are not yet monetized, so we're doing for the love of doing it. We both like being outdoors. And subscribe, like the channel, and thanks for being here with us. And hopefully, if you guys want more videos like this, let us know, and we'll try to find a nice quiet place. Maybe we'll come back to this place here, and we'll do more videos like this. But thanks for being here, and happy camping.